Hi, everyone. So, hopefully, you had a good spring break. Today, I'm going to introduce you to a new unit. You have a new folder in Schoology called Biopic Unit. There is a copy of the presentation that I'm going to go over with you, as well as a sign up sheet that I'm going to talk about in a little bit here. So, first things first, we are going to talk about biopics. So, what the heck is a biopic? Well, it is a combination of the word biography and picture. It is a film that depicts or dramatizes the life of an important historical person or group. Sometimes biopics stretch the truth or combine separate events into one to tell a story. Many biopics tell their stories with varying degrees of accuracy. So, it means that they might stretch the truth or change some things in order to create the movie that they would like to create. Big screen biopics cross many genre types since these films might showcase a Western outlaw, a musical composer, a religious figure, a wartime military hero, an artist, an inventor, a president, a sports hero. Biopics can run the gamut with who they're based on. In many cases, the films put an emphasis on the larger world around the person. So, for example, if they were living during certain political or social conditions or living during wartime, what was going on surrounding their life, either as they were growing up or rising to fame. Some biopics begin with the person's childhood, but others concentrate specifically on their achievements as adults. Some common techniques that are used in biopics that you're going to be looking for as you watch your biopic is how they compress time. How do they show the changing of time? Many biopics use montages. So those scenes where we have several different sort of pictures that go through at one time. Flashbacks are often used. Voiceovers to give us a narrator are often used. And then any element that lends to a feeling of truth in the scene. There are two different types of biopics. There's a true story about a person or people about whom we should know but might not necessarily know. So, one example would be the story Hidden Figures. Or the second type is a new perspective on someone who we already know well, which would be someone like Jacqueline Kennedy in the movie Jackie. So, in the first type, which is about, again, someone we should know about but may not know about, this relies on the actions of the character to carry the film. But with the second style, where we're more familiar with the character, it focuses less on them achieving their goals and more on recounting their life. This type of biopic can be challenging because it's difficult to make a movie about a person since a person themselves is not necessarily a story. So biopics can draw on a lifetime of material, and without a clear story, many biopics lose their power. What makes the biopic work? Well, film and television writer Scott Tobias believes that a successful biopic usually focuses on a more narrow period of time. He said, I think it's important to try to be innovative. If you can avoid the sort of birth to death conventions and really try to find some creative way to access a person and access a person's life, I think that leads to a good biopic. So, a lot of times when we see a biopic, it might not necessarily start with a person's birth. It might start when they're a young kid or even when they're a teenager. It's important for a biographical film to have a strong angle. For example, in Lincoln, which is about Abraham Lincoln, the story focused on whether or not the president could bring about the end of slavery. And then there's the movie The King's Speech, which is a story of how a British monarch prevailed despite his stammer. Often, a successful biopic will use central characters to show an important discovery or period in history or a dramatically relevant period within their lives to tell a contemporary lesson, so a lesson that we can still use today. It is important to note that a successful biopic may stray from the facts of the subject's life, but not too far away. Sometimes things need to be changed just a bit to make the story fit the story structure. What can spoil a biopic? Well, one of the things that can spoil is trying to pack in too much into one film. Okay. There has to be a balance in the movie. So when we try to pack too much into the film, it can just be a little bit overloaded. This quote says very few films have been able to toe the line between fact and creative liberties. You need access to information, some of which might be denied by the subject or their estate, and fans have a vested interest in seeing films done well and factually. So, how is a documentary different from a biopic? Well, you have to remember that biopics are fictionalized biographies. Again, they can alter, add, or delete events, alter, add, or delete characters, even if they would like to. A documentary is built on material that already exists. They film real people in their real actual locations with their real lighting. And they don't alter the facts or add new characters or anything like that. So for this unit, it is important that you pick a biopic and not a documentary. So for the biopic project, the first thing that you are going to do is to select a biopic. There are so many biopics available on the streaming services that you have available to you that Mrs. James and I are not going to allow more than one film student in either class to do the same biopic. So once you've chosen the movie and subject you want to focus on, you need to go to the link for the Google form where you are going to sign up for your person and your film. If another student has already chosen the same film as you, you'll have to look for another biopic. Okay. So I'm going to quickly go to that link. Again, you're going to put your name, the person or the group you're researching, and the film that you have chosen. So the earlier you pick this out, the better. Okay. All right. Moving on. Step 2 is going to be the biography graphic organizer. You are going to, for this week, research the subject of your biopic and complete the biography graphic organizer. This is the assignment that you will be turning in Friday at midnight. So you will see biography graphic organizer, and you are going to see the graphic organizer. You're going to tell me the person or group that you're choosing and the film that you'll be viewing. And then you're going to have to do a little bit of research online. I want to know a little bit about their early life. When was this person born? Who were their parents? What do we know about their parents? A little bit about their childhood. Where did they grow up? Did they attend school? Describe their childhood. Their adulthood. Did they go to college? What were their jobs? Were they married? Did they have children? I want to know about their fame. What are they famous for? Awards, recognitions, most important works. And then later in life, where are they now? If they're deceased, what was the end of their life like? And how and when did they die? So this graphic organizer is what you are going to be turning in Friday by midnight. Okay. Now, just to look ahead to next week, you will be asked to watch your actual movie and to complete a graphic organizer while you're viewing the movie. And I'll go about that in a little more detail next time. Okay. So, again, for this week, you need to pick a person or group and a film that you are going to watch. It cannot overlap or be the same film as anyone in our class or in Mrs. James's class. And then the second thing you're going to do is a little bit of research on your person or group. You're going to complete this by Friday at 11:59 p.m. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Contact me during office hours, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.